All right, welcome to 18.1.
2018 season is here.
It is, it's here,
Yeah.
it's rocking and rolling. I'm sure most of you guys watched the video. I'm sure most of you watched the announcement itself. You probably watched Briggs and Holt get after it. You can see the workouts here on the whiteboard. It's really simple. A triplet. I'm not gonna sign language at all like Dave Castro did, but we got 8 toes to bar, 10 hang clean, shoulder to overhead, 5 and 5. And then we've got a 14 calorie row for the men and a 12 calorie row for the ladies. And it's a long one, it's 20 minutes. What are our thoughts right out the gate?
First off, I think start with mindset. Like, prepare to make constant choices through this thing. Right? Yep. So before you even get into the door, start thinking you have to be in this mindset that you're going to make conscious choices throughout this whole thing. So it even starts on the drive to the gym, right? Once you're there, what I think about is a warm up.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So like, bam, you got to warm up for a long aerobic workout. Like, there's not going to be a lot of points of failure depending on your toes to bar. Right. So it's about keeping moving. So I think overall, when I look at this workout, I think, man, it's the person who's willing to transition quicker, row a little bit faster, and just maybe take some chances in that kind of keeping going, right? And it's a pacing workout. We talked about it, right? This is going to come down to if you hit your pace, you're going to be a rock star. If you miss it, you're going to end up in either two places, regretting it, wanting to redo it, or what might be worse is halfway through just kind of regretting your existence.
Yeah, well, that happens. That happens with pacing, right? It happens in a workout. So
yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, the thing with you guys that we want to remember is, and we're going to provide you with a warm-up. So note that somewhere on the screen, we're going to promote or have a warm-up for you guys to try to follow or to try to kind of guide your specific warm-up around. I think that inevitably, because of the stimulus that this workout's going to bring out of us, we definitely want to focus on breaking the seal in the right way, right? Like, so finding whatever that means for you, whether it's following the direct warm-up we provide or whatever, but you need to make sure that you are in the flow of a workout prior to the workout starting, right? That means we need to be breathing, we need to be sweating. This is gonna be inevitable, but you don't wanna go into this 20-minute AMRAP fired up like you're about to hit a 1 rep max, right? Or you need to be in that arousal state that's appropriate for this duration of a workout, and your warm up needs to reflect that. So it's got to take you there, so that kind of almost takes the edge off a bit, and then you're gonna have a much more successful outcome as we reach the 6 minutes, 12 minutes, and 18-minute type windows as we finish this workout.
And what comes to mind is just right off the bat, you'll see our workout, or our warm-up rather. As a general rule, I think about, like, you want to warm up and be breathing, not hard, but just breathing for 20 minutes. Yep. Match the time domain. And that means just air assault move, like moving, like when you go into the gym, sense of urgency, purpose, and just start that kind of slow breathing for 20 minutes before you go into that. Just general rule.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah. And luckily, because there's not a ton of range of motion issues that are going to appear for most, specifically our athletes that we've been working with for a while, so they can spend a lot of that time gearing in for kind of challenging their breathing system and making sure that they're ready to rock and roll aerobically for this workout specifically. So
100%. So
we talking strategy now?
Yeah, I think real quick, you'll see up on the screen rowing pacing models based off of calories on your 500 meter pace. So just that's something to dial in if you're not sure where you sit. 12 calories, 14 calories. Just think about it in 500 meter row paces and kind of choose appropriately. You can kind of test it out in the warm up. You guys should have been doing enough 4 calories that you kind of should be able to kind of get that pretty tuned in by now. So. I think strategy, right? Like, how do we approach this? So, first thing that comes off to mind is you just got to keep moving.
Yes.
Make a conscious choice to keep moving. Yep. The one exception is if you have maybe grip or limited toes to bar. Right. And then I would really think about breaking that up early so you can keep moving.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah. Early and often is going to be the theme for the toes to bar guys. 8 is deceiving, right? We watched those 2 girls go through and they just smoked through those 8. We know the majority of the world will not perform in that kind of high capacity. So whether it's a set of 5, a set of 3 with a quick rest, or a 4 and 4, whatever breaks it up so that you feel you're gaining confidence through the workout and you continue to chip away at these reps with very minimal time to rest your hands, but a little bit can add up, especially if you're getting in that higher range of rounds done like these women were that we watched tonight. And then transitions everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rower is what really kind of comes into mind. Like if you're used to really, you know, wrenching on those straps and strapping yourself in, think about, you don't want to be changing too much from training, but think about just a little loose so you can kind of get in and out.
Gotta get in,
if you're spending an extra 5 seconds there, that's going to add up the points.
Yeah,
right? So,
absolutely. And we'll have the pacing chart provided, so you guys should have that dialed in. But in regards to transitions, even how they had the floor set up for the athletes tonight, like that might not be the optimal way for you. So you got to think about what your surroundings look like. Where should the dumbbell go? How close do you want to be to the rig in proximity? Do you want the rower facing away? Do you want the rower facing this way? Clearly, those of you that are going to regionals, we need to make sure that it's on film and at the right angle, but set it up optimally so that you're going to utilize the least amount of time to get from movement to movement, because the sooner each round we can get you back on that rower, the better the results are going to be.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. So, yeah, I think setup is going to be huge. I mean, a lot of people will be able to set up their rower, their bar, and like the dumbbell under their bar. Right. For like have a 4-foot circle of working, right? Like, less movement, the better, right? Yeah, I like it. I think one thing that we talked about a lot is just the cycling of that dumbbell, right? And we did see some no reps from Sam Briggs. She talked about just opening your hips. Right. And then there was a little bit of a difference between the two, between the 4 athletes and the way they executed that hang clean and jerk or shoulder go. Right. So I think you could talk a little bit about in detail in terms of what I think Sam brought a really good intuitive strategy to the dumbbell, right? Yeah, and actually through experience, I mean, she mentioned on the cool down show, whether you guys caught it or not, you know, on her first round or two, she got a few no reps, and the no rep took place from the clean, where she stood the dumbbell up, caught the clean, from this hip flex position went into the push press. The judge was no repping her in the clean, so then the push press didn't count, right? So what she transitioned to immediately, and this is a great example of an intuitive athlete, right, and adapting on the fly, she just turned it into a muscle snap or a muscle clean so that her hip was open in the finish, and then she dipped right into a push press. This then sped her up. She quickly made short work of making up for those reps, and then got right back in the fight and eventually passed Holt pretty significantly as the workout continued on. But know what the standards are. So make sure that you review that, and what right now they're asking for is an open hip to finish the clean before you even go on the shoulder overhead. So don't shortchange yourself. Don't be the athlete that's submitting video for the regional level qualifier and then have to go redo the workout 5 weeks from now because this is the one that they asked for from you. So make sure that you're holding the standard and understand that you got to know what is going to work best for you. Because it might look different than everybody else. Maybe you need to do a power clean and a push jerk, but the muscle clean and the push press, I think, are going to be the most common, used, and fastest, most efficient way to cycle that dumbbell. Yeah, for sure. And then on the way down, you notice that Sam, right, after the lockout, a lot of the other athletes were pausing here almost as a reset and then dropping it. Sam did a great job of bringing it from here, passing her shoulder through into that
almost like a kettlebell swing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned right when we were watching. He's like, just like a kettlebell swing, and that's what's going to keep that energy flowing for you.
Exactly. So this is going to be tempting. Just I would, it's 5 and 5. It's deceiving. 8 and 10. It's fast enough to keep going. Just I would urge you that once you grab that dumbbell, thinking of kettlebells. Once you grab that dumbbell, don't put it down, bust through those, pace yourself appropriately. And one thing that comes to mind for me is as you're moving through the dumbbell, find places to open your hand, right? Because basically you got a grip on the rower, which if you can somehow just relax your grip there, toes to bar, and dumbbell. I think in general, those of you guys who have less time on a dumbbell tend to grip it more. It's a little more unwieldy, right?
Yeah, so absolutely.
Just be aware of your grip. We talked about wearing grips as a piece of equipment, but find places to kind of open that grip, blood flow, things like that.
Yeah, and be aware, guys, if you are going to wear your grips, if it's something you need for toes to bar, if you're worried about tearing, utilize them, but understand that they can affect grip stamina, right? It creates a larger surface area, so you holding on to them, holding on to the dumbbell, sometimes is less than ideal, but we got to save the skin. So make sure that you're being conscious in the selection of that for workout equipment, because really that's all we're going to need special to this workout alone.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that hits on a big point, right? This workout is repeatable. And it could be a Friday morning, Saturday late, Monday, if you're pacing, if you're trying to find that pacing for you, right? and this is something that you're going to have to make a decision on, is what's worth it, right? So coming in to tomorrow, to today, and executing this workout, asking yourself, okay, and I would highly recommend everybody watch your film and see where you can make time up. But essentially, if you've completely botched your pacing and you know that you're an athlete that's not good at pacing, doing this 3 times might, and I say that very, a lot of hesitation, might be a good idea. In general, I think it's easy. It's going to be really easy to be able to, get one in, let's say Friday, and the other one in on Monday, which is what we recommend for all our athletes, right? And then recovery being the number one.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
5 weeks, first of all, like, we have to mention that this is the beginning of 5 weeks, so you have to have that in mind. So what that means is that if you start digging a little bit of a hole now, right, it's really, really difficult to get out of it in the next 5 weeks. So you have to be proactive. You have to be ahead of all of that. So that means taking care of your hands.
Absolutely.
Right. That means making sure that as soon as this is done, man, you're right there at the post-workout. You're hydrating properly. You're taking care of your body. All those things that we have talked about for so long, make sure that you're just dedicated to them.
Yep, I agree. Can't change much. The hay's in the barn. Make sure that you're going through some kind of smart protocol to get recovered, like Nick mentioned, and take care of your nutrition and hydration, because it's what's going to save you in the end. When you can, get as much sleep as possible. Tonight, many of you will not get much sleep because you're going to be really excited about what's happening tomorrow. So throughout the weekend, rest as much as you can, and then you'll have the same problem Sunday. Try to do the best as possible to kind of relax your body and find that flow state throughout the next 5 weeks, so it'll be big. You got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Looking forward to see who comes out on top just after this, right?
Yeah, we're underway. Start your engines, because this one's definitely based off of that capacity. So show it off.